My last big project was Alpha and Omega, and it's 7 sequels. 8 Alpha and Omega movies all up. Oh boy, that was kind of wide, that's for sure. So what can I do to top that? What can I do that has more sequels than that? Well, you know from the thumbnail and title that I'll be reviewing The Land Before Time and its sequel. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot more than 8. There's 14 movies all up. And I have them all, and I'll be reviewing them all. So let's get on with this review. There's gonna be spoilers ahead, because it's an old movie. I'm sure people have watched it by now. So anyway, let's go ahead and roll the intro. The Land Before Time came out in 1988. It was created by Don Bluth, but also helped produce by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. So there's some pretty big names behind the making of this film, that's for sure. The story revolves around Littlefoot. The land around them is dying. There's no food around and everything looks so lifeless. So they must find a new home, and then they know only of one, the Great Valley. A place they have only ever heard stories of, but that's what keeps them going. We are introduced to this dying world and eventually to Littlefoot coming out of the egg and looking so damn cute. Just tiny little foot. He's just so cute and adorable. Though there is only his mother, grandfather and grandmother left in his herd of long necks, as they call them. I actually really love the names they give them. They don't give like the species name that we gave them, because yeah, that wouldn't exactly quite make sense, and so they call themselves like long necks and such, and I'll get more into the other ones as I go along in the review. But I really like that. I like that they give all these characters, all these different species, these different kind of names. But yeah, basically he doesn't really have anyone else to play with. The best he has is a tree star his mother gives to him. It's meant for food, but he ends up keeping it with him instead for a while, since it was like a gift from his mother. Until anyway he runs into Sarah, a freehorn they call them, and we see something here that's part of the theme. That freehorns don't play with long necks, and vice versa. It's a little racist. And oh boy, Sarah is just a little bit on the mean side. But I'll get into that later. But then tragedy starts. Not long later, when Sarah and Littlefoot ends up playing again, they get attacked by a Sharptooth. Littlefoot's mother comes in and saves the day, but gets gravely hurt in the process. And we get that scene that has made everyone cry. Don't lie to me. Littlefoot's mother dies. And it's still just as heartbreaking as it ever been. Not to mention, the world has been split and ruined thanks to the Great Earthshake, they call it. Again, gotta love the names. So Littlefoot is split from his herd and is alone. Well, not for long, as you want to other young dinos lost and alone. This includes Sarah, as well as Ducky, a big-mouthed swimmer, Spike the Spiketail, and Petrie the Flyer. So now Littlefoot has his own little herd, a strange one never seen before in this world, consisting of different species. There's that racism. Or speciesism, I should say, I guess. But Sharptooth survived and is out for revenge. So that's the main plot. I don't feel a need to go into great details, as this is a childhood classic for a lot of people. But obviously there are things, as a reviewer, I do have to say about this film. Even though I hate that kind of idea that I'm a critic, blah 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 blah. But there are some things I do have to say. But I honestly, writing the script, don't know where to start. I guess the characters. Littlefoot I have always loved, and you just feel sorry for him. They waited 15 minutes to kill his mother, so you got to know the characters, you got to know his family and all that, and so it hits hard. And then he carries around a tree star for most of the film, that I think was meant to be one given to him by his mother, as it does disappear and then come back later, and so it's just a sad reminder. I also just love some of the facial expressions. He's very expressive, and I love that about him. Sarah I never really liked, or at least in the sequel. She never learned or anything. She was always that bully character, you know. She never got better, because that's just how they wrote her, you know, and then they just never really improved on that in the sequels, because she's still essentially the same age and everything. So I'll have to wait and see there. But in this one, it's interesting that they made like the bully character a female. It's not really done, especially at that time. So it's a nice change, I will definitely say. But then she has a lot of moments where she's vulnerable. You see her crying, you see her hurt, you see her make mistakes, and I like that. You first feel like, yeah, you deserve that. But then it hits you that she's just a kid and scared and alone, just as like everyone else. Say what you will, but she was well written. Even though she can annoy me, I have to say she was well written. We got Ducky, who's just like everybody's favourite. Who doesn't like Ducky? She is absolutely adorable and just a great, fun, bubbly character that you just want to have around and isn't annoying. She's just this fun little character. I've never had any problems with Ducky whatsoever, and still don't. And her yep thing has become part of my daily speech. Yep. It is something that I will happen. It was definitely a lot more as a kid. I used to always go yep. And yeah, I still do that now and then. Petrie I always loved as a kid, though I recognise he's a little annoying in this. I think even as a kid I recognised he was annoying. I think I liked him a lot more in the sequels. In a way, like he's still very lovable though in this one. Basically, all these characters are just so well written, you just can't help but love them. He was my favourite as a kid, mostly in sequels, but here, Littlefoot takes the spot for sure. And then we got Spike. He doesn't talk, but he has a lot of personality, even though he doesn't talk. And again, these characters are well written and really well voiced for something from 1988 with child actors doing the voices. It's really well done. But I think the main important thing watching it now is how well does it hold up. The story, generic to a point, just with dinosaurs, but I for one don't mind generic stories so long as they're told well. It has the characters, it has the setting and all that kind of stuff, and it very much has. It's still nice to look at, the characters are great, and the music is absolutely beautiful. But here's the negatives. There's quite a few odd animation fluffs that I did notice that did make me go, wait, what? I love what they did with perspective, with Littlefoot's mother coming in with a long neck. They really played with perspective a lot in this movie, and it could work really well. So when she's like walking, and like you see like Littlefoot being all tiny and all that, and like her giant, and she's like, when she's walking, it does look a little odd. There's something about it that just looks odd. Some of the lighting, I guess of what it was, would change the characters' colours drastically, or quite subtly, or maybe they just made them different colours by mistake or whatnot, but sometimes they change colours, and it's noticeable. The tree star would disappear in some scenes, like when he meets Ducky and is like walking for her, and he had it a second ago, and then it disappears, only for it to be in front of him. It's like they just didn't want to animate it or something, because yeah, it's a little off-putting. The characters will have constant blushing cheeks a lot, and it's really odd. I don't get why, to make the faces stand out a little more perhaps. Either way, when you think about it, it's a little weird. There's a scene where Sarah is walking away with her back turned, but you can still see her mouth is still moving, but no dialogue is happening.
All by myself. And I'm not afraid to be alone.
Another one is a really great wholesome scene where Sarah takes away her pride and comes in and cuddles up to the rest of the group. And it's absolutely adorable. The smug look on her face like, yeah, shut up and cuddle me, bitch. I love it. It's a great scene. But she cuddles alongside Littlefoot, and then suddenly she's between him and Spike. Yeah, that's an animation fluff right there. I think that's about it. I think that's some of the animation stuff-ups I saw that was noticeable. But does that take away from the film? Hell no, of course not. I just wanted to point those out in flaws so that this movie isn't perfect. But at the same time, this is a pretty good movie. It's a very lovely story with great characters. That's what it has going for it for sure. I have nothing bad to say about this movie compared to, say, The Fox and the Hound. I had a bit more to say about the old classic. But here, not as much. It has much more going for it with intense scenes with the sharp tooth and plenty of lovable characters, so this movie is a solid 10 out of 10 Foxes for me. It does have its flaws, but mostly just in some animation, which does not hold back the love for this film at all. But I figured this movie would be high up anyway. What I'm truly interested in are the sequels. I don't remember much. I watched a good few of them as a kid, but I don't really remember them. I remember Chomper. I absolutely remember Chomper. I remember his grandpa becoming ill. I remember bits and pieces, but not the whole movies. And especially in which order, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm also going to be on the lookout for that one movie that I will hate. But oh my god, I'll love it so much. Like the third Alpha Omega movie, I hate that movie, but oh, there's so much to make fun of in that movie that it's just so fun to watch. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to our channel because I love you for doing. Hit that bell icon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you think of this movie down below in the comments. And by the way, this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. I still forget my outro sometimes.